Hello kids, I just became a level 17 Draenei Hunter after killing the Kirkin and receiving Kirkenstocks. That is when I came to the realization that I personally have leveled up in the world of geekdom. I believe this fulfills the requirements for a full-on quadfecta of geek. Quadfecta? Yes, adding 1 to a trifecta equals a quadfecta. So now I am an expert TV geek, a master tech geek, a novice music geek, and an apprentice gaming geek. Early on, most people are given the opportunity to pursue their geek. Sometimes it is passed on through family lines, but most often we are introduced to our geek through friends. My first geek was books. At a young age I couldn't stop leveling up, but soon learned the time required to master book geek would interfere greatly with my newest geek, TV. I've been pursuing TV Geek for almost 25 years now and have raised to the rank of Master. To earn this title, I had to overcome such obstacles as VCR clock programming, memorization of TV scheduling, and integration of digital cabling. A few years ago, I was awarded the skill of DVRing and chose a TiVo as my pet. I have been nurturing it for over 3 years, and recently it powered up from a measly 30-hour to a monstrous 80-hour. I only need to complete the LCD flat screen quest for my TiVo to be upgraded to the more potent HD TiVo, which can capture programming on multiple channels while I concentrate on the primary channel of interest. This last year I was awarded the title of Master in Tech Geek. I'm still several years away from Expert and would have to learn a few more languages in order to make that happen. But my mastery of multiple platforms, video conferencing, and the integration of digital music into my steed have quickly moved me up the ranks. Tech Geek is not an option for a lot of people because of the constant need to upgrade your wares can be draining on your coinage. Some people only specialize in tech and do not pursue it to a full-on geek. Those who specialize can be identified by their second-generation iPods and CRT monitors. The bonus for earning a tech geek is that it allows you to move up the ranks of other geeks more quickly, but at the cost of coinage. A master tech geek can upgrade quickly to a novice music geek by purchasing a digital music player or by completing the CD transferal quest. If a specialization in tech geek is for you, then the first thing you have to decide is which guild you're willing to fight for. PC tech geeks are far more numerous and a good place to start for beginners. PC tech geeks will quickly master spreadsheets and number crunching. Mac tech geeks tend to have higher skills in creativity, earning them a +4 against viruses, but they do run the risk of being incompatible to most major networks. The debate over the most dominant guild is always warring. I personally started out as a PC tech geek, but after losing several battles to the blue screen of death, I decided to pursue the Mac tech geek. This transfer allows me to speak rationally with both sides of the faction, and now I act as a mediator between the two. As a master tech geek, I decided to pursue a music geek as well. I'm only a novice music geek and do not feel the urge to pursue it too much more. I own 3 iPods and an extensive multi-decade collection of music, but have long since given up the live music quests in order to retain a +2 to hearing. But with any geek, there are multiple classes. With the music geek, you can decide to become a player class, a listener class, or a groupie class. Unfortunately, I was born into a clan that does not allow me to level up my dexterity high enough to enter the player class, nor do I have the numbers and excitability to become a groupie. So I am left with the listener class. But since I only use my music geek skills while commuting, I don't see a need to pursue it further. Being the age that I am, I was fortunate enough to witness the beginning of the digital gaming geek. The gaming geek has been around the longest, along with the music geek, but it wasn't until 30 years ago that the digital gaming geek came into being. Kids today have a much easier time moving up the ranks of gaming geek. Beginning at a young age, they earn higher dexterity points with each level. Older gaming geeks need a lot more experience to move up in level, but since we have the coinage to purchase the better tools, we're able to keep the younger gaming geeks at bay. Regardless of the platform they plan on mastering, gaming geeks can be divided into 5 classes: sporting, MMOs, action-adventure, tactical, and puzzle. I personally fall into the action-adventure class, but have recently decided to apprentice in the MMO class. I like to think of myself as a solitary player, so the group-intensive classes don't really interest me. Now these are just the geeks that I've leveled up in, but there are a vast amount of geeks that I haven't even touched on here. Like the sporting geek with the athlete and fan classes, or the car geek, the movie geek, or the cooking geek. So I'm asking you kids, what's your geek, and what level have you attained? I've included a series of identifying geek icons on my site that you can copy and use to help identify your geek. If an icon isn't available for your geek, feel free to create one or ask a tech geek to give you a hand. Until next time, wear your geek with pride and remember to level up. But with any geek, there are multiple classes. With the music geek, you can decide to become a player class, a listener class, or a gloopy.